Hey everybody, Johnny here with Tsunami Nation, getting ready for another hunt. This is one that I've been wanting to do for quite a while. This is a research hunt on a woodlot that is next to a high school. Actually the same high school that yours truly used to attend back in the day. This woodlot I have been studying for several years. Always had my eye on it. When I was a kid, we used to ride our bikes through here, and then in the 80s, someone got a bad grade in biology and decided to break into the biology teacher's lab and stole her pet python, took it into said woodlot, and proceeded to chop it up and leave it. That was one of those unsolved crimes. However, a few of us have our suspicions. Anyway, this was something that I was kind of putting off for a while, waiting for a little better weather. Right now it's kind of windy, as you can tell. Hopefully the windsock here is doing its job and you can actually hear what I'm saying. But we do have a storm that's getting ready to blow in. Plus, when I drove by this morning, I noticed this city park truck parked there and half of the fence down, so it looks like they're doing a little work in here. Thought I better do this while I can. This woodlot has been here as long as I can tell. I've looked at researched historic aerials, and the oldest aerial map goes back to 1948 for this area, and it shows this woodlot still intact. I don't believe there's been much going on here. This would have been a thoroughfare for people coming from the downtown area down to the Yellowstone River. Cuts right back here. Again, this is just a little woodlot, a little of what's preserved from the past. So let's hit it. All right, already getting a strong 21, solid 21 there, so this should be a surface find. Let's see what we got. Okay, should be right here somewhere. Huh? Whatever it is, I keep dropping it out. There we go. And another portrait of Abraham Lincoln. Okay. Now I get that it's hard to tell, but this actually used to be lined with bicycle trails. A lot of the trails, it's hard to see where they were now. And especially with all this. Let's see, 1415. That could be a nickel. It's pretty close to the surface, but I know for a fact that there were many fermented malt beverages consumed back here back in the day. I'm sure they probably still are to some extent, even with the fence. Oh, look at this, getting another possible coin tone here. Let's see what that is. Sounds like we got a couple things going here, so let's get a little closer. Or what appears to be a lipstick dispenser. Okay. Wow, so as I go through here, I'm really noticing some major changes. See, I was in here late last summer, walked through with my son, and it was pretty much just walking paths, real narrow paths through the trees here. But obviously they're doing some major work in here. I'm not sure what they're going to do. This is public property, so I imagine they're going to maybe renovate it, put some trails in, hopefully. We've got a pretty good possible quarter signal here. This is ground that's all been torn up recently, so you never know what could be lurking in here. Ah, there we go. One of those beverage cans we were talking about earlier. And that is an oldie. That's definitely an old pull tab from back in the day. Okay. Okay, on another strong 25-26 signal right here. Fairly shallow. Ah, there we go. Sometimes it's a little hard to see in here, but another bottle cap. This looks like a fairly modern one. On to a repeating 20 signal. Ah, there we go. Like a broken bottle. Wondering if or not there wasn't a bottle top associated with that we're hitting. Not sure what this woodlot was actually used for prior to the school being built. I know there were a few little houses in the area. If we can get a peek at this bottle, determine some age on it. I don't think it's anything very old. Looks modern. Here's the other half. So it's got a square with a, looks like a 0 in the middle. Interesting. Well, apparently this is what was next to the bottle. I was giving off the signal, which makes me feel a little better about my pinpoint, or my metal detector's pinpointing ability, because this was actually farther away from where I found that bottle. But this to me looks like a possible hubcap cover. One of those hub covers off an old car. Boy, she's pretty corroded. Pretty gnarly looking. It's going to take some cleaning up. Okay. Cool. Okay, it was getting kind of a bouncy mid-20s signal, and just unearthed this and stopping short of bringing it out, see what it looks like. Oh, okay, this is an old plate. God, it's I forgot what they call it, if it's like stoneware. It's a metal plate that's got this covering on it. That is pretty neat looking. I'm gonna have to look that up and see if it's old or not, but I guess what I'm discovering here is that this area is pretty junky, which makes me wonder if it wasn't perhaps an old dump. I know that right around the turn of the century and even into the 20s, it was pretty common in this area anyway for people to go down by the river and in wooded areas and have little garbage dumps. Pretty sad, but I guess kind of cool if you're looking for that stuff and doing what we're doing. And let's keep looking, see if there's anything else right here. Show you what this rang up as. Well, now it's reading more like junk. Definitely 13 to 15 range. Once in the ground though, I was still getting, got even a 29, 25. Okay, this is right around the low 30s for you Equinox users. It's pretty similar to some of the signals I was hitting over there with the bigger junk. Let's see if we can pop this out. Just love digging in this soil. It's so easy. And again, I don't feel the guilt that comes associated with digging grass plugs and making sure that everything is meticulous. Of course, I'm still going to cover my holes here, always do. It doesn't matter where I'm at because it's just the way we do it, and keep somebody from falling in the hole. Plus somebody else comes along, sometimes they see a hole that's been left behind, gives them something to complain about, and that can shut areas down for metal detectors. So always wanting to leave things the way I found them, or not, or better. Maybe gotten it out. I'm so used to digging big targets right now that I forget that it could possibly be a coin. Could be something smaller, but I don't think so. This is kind of covering a wide little berth right here. I have a feeling it's going to be another big item. Usually coins are a little more isolated, but this one's beeping all over the place. And this piranha is so sweet. Love this. If I haven't plugged it before, I'm going to plug it right now. These are great. These are handmade here in the US, I believe out in New Jersey. They're made by the Predator Tools Company. I don't get paid to endorse them or any kickbacks, nothing like that, but I will gladly endorse these any day of the week. These are quality diggers. They're great if you're digging in a park. They do precision holes, which are great for your plugs. Hardly looks like you were there. When you get out into this stuff, as you can see, they slice right through the roots. Rocks, no problem. It's got that nice little point, so it gets right in there between them. Just such a great product. And I recently heard a podcast. I'll have to get back to you with the name of the podcast, but the maker of these was on there, and just have a lot of respect for that guy. He's been metal detecting for years, and he's really dedicated to his family and his work, and it shows. It's a great product. So anyway, here's one of the culprits. I have a feeling there's other stuff in here. Let's see what that rang up as. Yep, that's our guy. Good solid 21 signal here. Let's see what we've got. I believe it's in this plug. Let's just double check that. Oh yeah, it's in there. Where did you go? There you are. Oh, hey, what do we have here? Well, this is pretty cool. This looks to be one of those penny souvenirs. You take a penny and put it in a machine and turn the crank and out this pops. That, I believe, I'm gonna have to take it home and clean it up, but that looks like the Space Needle. That is a Seattle souvenir. I know I used to live in Seattle, and I would go down to Pike's Market and see these machines where you could put penny in, turn the crank, and it would turn your penny into a little souvenir of the Space Needle. How cool is that? All right, I believe that's our center. So let's see. Gosh, this is just like pure compost almost. Haha, I was a poet and didn't know it. Oh, hello. Who are you? Mr. Lincoln. Are you a good Lincoln? You're a Lincoln Memorial. Okay, well, at least we know there are some coins in here. Who knows, that could be one I lost when I was a kid riding my bike through here like a wild man. .23 to .26, pretty strong tone. Says it's about 4 arrows down, but we've also got a lot of overburden there. Oh, there we go. This looks like it could be the item. Twice fresh. I have no idea what that is. Looks like maybe toothpaste. Interesting. Flavor of cinnamon. Oh, I see. It's like one of those breath sprays from they were popular in the 80s, I believe. Do a little research on that and get back to you. Shallow 17 to 19. I think we know what that is, but we can check. I believe it's in the plug, and quite sure this is going to be a pull tab or a bottle cap. Ooh, look at this. Very interesting. Is that an old bullet? Sure looks like one. We're gonna have to clean that up and find out, but it's got the 3 rings and it's flattened pretty good. Wow, that is cool. That is worth looking into. Nice. So you never know what you're gonna find. I think it's a bottle top or beverage can pull tab or lid, and it turns out to be something pretty cool. So score. Nice. I know, just prior to when I reached the age of 18, about 2 years before that, the state of Montana raised the drinking limit from 18 to 21, so that just means that I had to legally wait a few more years, which is fine. But before that it had been 18, so I imagine there were more than a few seniors who came over here during lunch breaks and had themselves a little malt beverage lunch, hence all the cans. Not to say they're all beer cans, but quite a few of them are. Let's just see what we got here. Oh, there's the culprit right there. Boy, that's an oldie too. This is a Schaefer beer can, which, well, I guess it's not all that old. It's modern pull tab, but still haven't heard of this beer in years. And that was it. Onward and upward.